Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something powerful. The world has a way of balancing the scales. It doesn't matter how high someone rises on the ladder of success, how much power they wield, or how many accolades they collect when they mistreat, misuse, or overlook the value of others. The seeds of their actions are already planting the harvest of their downfall. The world calls it karma, but whatever name you give it, the principle is unshakable. Your replacement will always be their reckoning. Listen to me carefully. You are not expendable. You are not disposable. You carry something within you that no one else can replicate. Your gifts, your talents, your character, these are treasures that no one else can duplicate. But too often we let ourselves believe the lie that we are insignificant, that we are just another cog in the wheel. Let me tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. The very ones who fail to see your worth will one day feel the weight of your absence. You see, life operates on principles, and one of the most profound principles is this: when you abuse what has been given to you, you lose it. When you fail to nurture the people and opportunities placed in your path, they will be taken from you. And when those who undervalue you finally wake up, they will find someone else occupying the seat they took for granted. But here's where the power lies for you. You don't have to seek revenge. You don't have to lower yourself to bitterness or anger. No, your job is to rise. Your job is to grow so tall, to shine so bright, that your absence becomes the loudest sermon they've ever heard. The greatest act of justice is for you to step fully into your destiny while they are left to face the emptiness of their own choices. Every time you feel dismissed, disrespected, or overlooked, remember this: your value is not diminished because someone fails to see it. Diamonds remain diamonds even in the dark, and when the light comes, they shine so brilliantly that no one can deny their worth. You are that diamond. Keep sharpening yourself. Keep improving yourself. Keep investing in your growth, because when the time comes, it won't be you searching for opportunities. They'll be the ones begging to have you back. Let me leave you with this: life is not about proving your worth to others. It's about fulfilling your purpose. Your purpose is greater than their opinions. It's greater than their rejection. And when you walk in alignment with your purpose, no one can take your place. They can try, but they won't succeed. Your replacement will be their karma, not because you sought to harm them, but because they underestimated the unstoppable force of someone who knows their worth. So hold your head high, keep moving forward, let them learn their lessons, and you keep winning. Your victory is inevitable. Your uniqueness matters. In a world that often seeks conformity, where people are driven to blend in or mimic success, you are a masterpiece that cannot be duplicated. Your gifts, talents, and experiences are yours alone, and no one else can carry them in quite the same way. This realization is powerful because it reminds you that you are not just another face in the crowd. You are a distinct entity with a purpose meant to be fulfilled in a way only you can fulfill it. When you understand this, you begin to see the importance of embracing your individuality and nurturing what makes you uniquely valuable. However, many of us face situations where we are overlooked or undervalued by those who fail to recognize our worth. Whether it's in personal relationships, in the workplace, or in society at large, there will always be those who underestimate your potential, dismiss your contributions, or fail to see the impact you bring. This is where the concept of your replacement will be that karma becomes profoundly significant. Those who overlook your contributions, who take you for granted, or who dismiss your talents will eventually be met with the reality that no one else can fully take your place. Their neglect or inability to appreciate you will create a void that cannot be easily filled. It's not about seeking revenge or wishing ill on others, but rather trusting that life in its own way balances things out. Over time, the very actions that devalued you will lead to consequences they hadn't anticipated. Consider how businesses operate. Relationships built on respect, trust, and acknowledgement tend to thrive, while those built on manipulation, exploitation, or disregard for others crumble. In personal contexts, friendships, partnerships, and familial bonds are strengthened when each individual feels valued and seen. When this balance is disrupted, the person who once dismissed or overlooked your significance will often find themselves unable to replace what they thought was easily replaceable. This doesn't mean that you wait passively for justice to unfold. On the contrary, you must actively cultivate your growth and development. You are responsible for sharpening your skills, refining your character, and consistently pushing yourself toward excellence. No one can take your place if you are constantly evolving, if you remain committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Furthermore, the idea of replacement is not limited to external circumstances. Sometimes it's an internal realization, the understanding that you no longer need the validation of others to feel whole. You stop seeking acceptance from those who refuse to see your true value. Your replacement becomes the person who has learned to stand firm in their worth, who understands that their uniqueness is not up for negotiation. In this journey, your focus should never be on diminishing others, but rather on rising to meet your potential. Your worth is not determined by someone else's inability to recognize it. It's determined by your capacity to create, to contribute, and to influence the world around you in a way only you can. Whether it's in your career, personal life, or spiritual journey, the principle remains the same. Those who overlook you today will face the consequences tomorrow. So keep moving forward, keep growing, keep improving. Let them learn their lessons in time, because no one can maintain success built on the backs of others forever. Your replacement will be their karma, not because you sought to bring them down, but because you chose to rise above. Your purpose is greater than the opinions or actions of others. In a world that often seeks to define success based on external validation, how many followers you have, how much wealth you accumulate, or how others perceive your achievements, there is an important truth that many overlook. True fulfillment doesn't come from meeting external expectations, but from walking in alignment with your purpose. Your purpose is the reason you were created, the reason you exist beyond the surface level accomplishments that society measures. It is the core essence of who you are, and when you tap into that deeper calling, nothing and no one can take it from you. Yet, far too often we allow ourselves to be swayed by the judgments and actions of those who don't understand this deeper calling. Whether it's a boss who refuses to recognize your contributions, a friend who dismisses your dreams, or a family member who belittles your ambitions, these moments can make you question whether you are truly on the right path. But let me remind you, your purpose is yours alone to fulfill, and no one else's approval is required for you to live it out. When you rely on others to validate your worth, you give them power over your destiny. You become trapped in a cycle where your happiness, self-worth, and decisions are contingent upon whether someone sees your potential or acknowledges your journey. However, the reality is that those who fail to see your purpose today may very well be the ones struggling to fill the void you leave behind when you fully embrace it. Purpose is not something that can be duplicated or easily replaced. It's something that resonates deeply within you and radiates outward into the world. Think about the countless stories throughout history of people who were misunderstood or dismissed, only to be recognized years or even decades later for the impact they left. Great leaders, inventors, artists, and visionaries often faced opposition not because they lacked talent, but because their purpose was too far ahead of the collective understanding of their time. Their replacements were not someone else doing the same thing. It was the evolution of their ideas, the legacy they left behind for others to continue. Your purpose is not bound by the limitations of those who refuse to acknowledge it. Instead, it serves as a guiding light, pulling you toward greater growth, deeper fulfillment, and a sense of personal accomplishment that can't be found in accolades or material success alone. Purpose gives meaning to your struggles and achievements alike. It provides the foundation for resilience in the face of rejection and the strength to persist when others doubt your vision. This is why you must cultivate a deep trust in your journey. There will be moments when your efforts seem unseen, when your dedication feels unappreciated, and when your sacrifices appear to go unnoticed. But what you must remember is that your purpose doesn't rely on external validation. It is rooted in something much more profound. It's about fulfilling the reason you were created, contributing to the world in ways that align with your values and gifts. No one can take your purpose away from you, just as no one can replicate the journey you have walked to reach this point. The people who undervalue or dismiss you are merely reflections of their own inability to understand what it means to live fully aligned with purpose. They may try to fill the space you leave, but it will never be the same because they lack the depth of your unique experiences and insights. In the end, it is not the accolades that define your purpose, nor is it the recognition from others that validates your journey. Your purpose is a force that exists within you, a force that guides you through every challenge and propels you toward every opportunity. It is your internal compass, and when you trust it, when you live it fully, no one else can take your place. You are irreplaceable in the pursuit of your own destiny. When you focus on personal growth and self-improvement, you create a foundation that becomes difficult, if not impossible, for others to replace. Growth is not just about skill acquisition or achieving surface-level success. It's about becoming the best version of yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It's about refining your abilities, expanding your knowledge, and deepening your understanding of who you are and what you are capable of. And as you invest in this growth, it builds a resilience that cannot be easily duplicated. The reality is, when you continuously elevate your standards and push the boundaries of what you once thought possible, you leave behind a gap that cannot be filled by just anyone. Those who once believed they could easily take your place will soon realize that no one else possesses the same depth, passion, and dedication you bring to the table. Your journey of self-improvement creates a unique pathway that sets you apart from the crowd. And as you evolve, so does your influence, leaving others to understand that they cannot simply step into your space as if it were vacant. Self-improvement is not a destination but a lifelong process. It requires patience, commitment, and an unyielding desire to push beyond comfort zones. When you choose to constantly learn, adapt, and grow, you become a force that others recognize but struggle to replicate. They may have similar skills, they may have similar opportunities, but they lack the heart and purpose that fuel your journey. Think about the countless leaders, innovators, and pioneers who have shaped history. Many were underestimated and dismissed during their time. Critics thought they could be replaced, that someone else would eventually carry the torch forward. But the truth is, no one else could embody the same vision, the same passion, or the same resolve. Their growth wasn't merely about technical ability, it was about the personal evolution that led to breakthroughs others couldn't replicate. You too are on a similar journey. Whether it's in your career, personal life, or creative pursuits, the path you're walking is uniquely yours. No amount of imitation or surface level effort will be enough to replicate the depth of your dedication. When you continue to push the boundaries of what you know, when you consistently strive for excellence, and when you embrace every challenge as an opportunity to grow, you become irreplaceable. Moreover, growth doesn't always come in grand, monumental steps. Sometimes it's the small, consistent efforts that add up over time. It's the willingness to learn from failures, to pivot when things don't go as planned, and to refine your approach even when progress feels slow. This steady evolution makes you resilient to those who may seek to replicate what you've built. They can mimic your actions, but they cannot replicate the journey of overcoming obstacles that you've endured. In today's fast-paced world, where information is accessible and ideas are easily copied, true growth becomes the differentiator. It's not just about having the latest tools or strategies, it's about embodying the lessons learned through relentless self-improvement. Those who focus solely on external achievements often miss the internal work required to sustain long-term success. Your commitment to self-growth ensures that you are not just a passing trend, but a lasting force in whatever field you choose to pursue. Your personal development is what sets you apart, and no one can simply take that from you. They may try to step into your role, but they'll soon find themselves limited by their inability to connect the dots in the way you do. They may mimic behaviors, but they won't possess the authenticity, passion, and wisdom that come with your continuous pursuit of excellence. So as you continue to grow, remember that your replacement is not just someone who has skills, they are someone who has walked a path of personal transformation, who has faced challenges head on, and who has developed a depth that cannot be imitated. Your self-improvement journey creates a legacy, one that is yours alone, and one that ensures no one can truly take your place. The idea that no one can take your place is rooted in the reality that every individual brings something uniquely different to the table. It's not merely about the skills or knowledge you possess, but about the combination of your experiences, perspectives, and values that create a distinct and irreplaceable presence. People often overlook the depth of what makes them unique because they focus too heavily on external validation or the pursuit of surface-level achievements. But true significance lies beneath the surface in the moments where your character, dedication, and authenticity shine through, even when no one is watching. No two journeys are identical. Your personal experiences, the challenges you faced, and the lessons you've learned along the way shape your understanding of the world and the way you interact with it. While someone may try to replicate the actions you take, they cannot replicate the mindset that fuels your decisions. This mindset, the way you approach adversity, how you learn from failure, and how you cultivate your growth is where your true value resides. And it's in these nuances that your influence becomes difficult to replicate. In today's competitive landscape, the pressure to conform or follow established paths is immense. Society often places value on how quickly someone can climb the ladder of success or how easily they can accumulate wealth or recognition. But what is often forgotten is that lasting success isn't about copying what has already been done. It's about innovating, creating, and expanding beyond what currently exists. You are more than capable of leading in this space because no one else has lived your journey, thought your thoughts, or developed the same resilience you've cultivated through experience. Consider this: in any industry, no two leaders lead in exactly the same way. Every great leader has their own style, their own approach to handling challenges, and their own vision for the future. Even if someone tries to adopt similar strategies, their authenticity will eventually come into question. This is because true leadership is not just about following a set of steps, it's about embodying the essence of your values, beliefs, and convictions. Your ability to inspire, influence, and create change stems from this deeper understanding of who you are and how you show up in the world. Moreover, the growth you experience on this journey is what ultimately makes you irreplaceable. As you continue to learn and evolve, the depth of your insights grows richer. Those who attempt to replicate what you do may achieve short-term success, but the long-term impact they seek will be limited by their lack of personal growth. They will eventually face the limits of surface-level achievement, where true, sustainable influence cannot be sustained without the foundation of personal development. Your uniqueness is also reflected in your ability to connect with others on a deeper level. Relationships, whether professional or personal, are built on authenticity, trust, and a shared understanding of one another's experiences. No one can replicate the connections you've made, the support you provide, or the influence you wield, because those interactions are shaped by your specific presence. When someone tries to step into your role, they may replicate behaviors, but they will struggle to create the same impact, because the depth of emotional and intellectual exchange cannot be fabricated. In essence, what makes you irreplaceable is the combination of your personal journey, your mindset, and your commitment to growth. These elements create a powerful narrative, one that no one else can fully replicate. Your journey is a testament to resilience, adaptability, and a continuous pursuit of excellence that is not easily imitated. While others may attempt to fill your space, they will always fall short of fully embodying what you bring to the table. And that is why, no matter how much the world may try, no one can take your place. Life has a way of teaching us valuable lessons about resilience, self-worth, and the irreplaceability of our presence. In moments when we are dismissed, overlooked, or undervalued, it's easy to feel as though we might be interchangeable, that someone else could easily take our place. But the truth is far more profound. Each of us brings something uniquely different to the world, and no matter how much effort others put into mimicking our actions or emulating our successes, they will always fall short of truly replicating the essence of who we are. When we examine our lives, we realize that it's not just the tasks we perform or the skills we possess that define us. It's the sum of our experiences, the wisdom we've gained through struggle, and the deep understanding we have of our values and purpose that make us indispensable. No two journeys are identical. And while someone may possess the technical knowledge or surface-level abilities to perform similar functions, they will lack the depth that comes with the combination of personal growth, emotional intelligence, and resilience that shapes who we are. Think about the countless individuals who have come before us, those whose contributions have shaped industries and transformed lives. They didn't achieve their greatness solely through talent alone. They achieved it because of the unique blend of their personal experiences, values, and convictions that infuse their work with meaning and impact. This is what separates them from anyone who might attempt to fill their place. You cannot copy someone's essence, their journey, or their emotional resonance. It must be lived, evolved, and experienced personally. What makes you irreplaceable is the authenticity you bring to every interaction. People often try to follow trends or mimic the behavior of successful individuals, but authenticity cannot be imitated. It is the genuine connection you create, the insights you provide, and the impact you leave behind that establish your true value. Whether in leadership, creativity, relationships, or any other area of life, the depth of what you offer is rooted in who you are, not merely what you do. Moreover, your growth is a testament to the fact that no one else can step into your shoes. Personal growth is an ongoing process that shapes every facet of your being mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You've overcome challenges that no one else can fully comprehend, and through those experiences, you've cultivated a unique perspective and skill set that cannot be replaced. It's not just about achieving goals, it's about evolving into a more self-aware, resilient individual who continues to push boundaries and redefine what's possible. Consider the relationships you've built along the way. Whether professional or personal, these connections are forged through trust, shared experiences, and mutual understanding. No one can replicate the bond you formed with those you've influenced or supported, because those relationships are shaped by your unique presence. People may try to replace you, but the depth of connection you have with others is something they cannot duplicate. Furthermore, your journey is a reflection of your determination to remain true to your purpose. Purpose is what drives us forward when obstacles arise and setbacks challenge our path. It's the reason you persist despite external judgments or the efforts of others to devalue your contributions. Purpose shapes your legacy and establishes a foundation that others cannot easily replicate, because it is deeply personal and rooted in your soul. No matter how much the world may change, your essence, your identity remains constant. You are not easily replaceable, because the very foundation of your being is one that has been crafted through time, experience, and the relentless pursuit of growth. Others may attempt to fill the void left by your absence, but they will never fully capture the complexity, depth, and authenticity of what you bring to the table. This is why it is crucial to embrace who you are, to trust in your journey, and to continue evolving. No one can replace you, not because you are perfect, but because you are uniquely you. And that in itself is irreplaceable. When you understand that your replacement will be their karma, it serves as a powerful reminder that you don't need to seek validation from those who fail to appreciate your worth. In life, there will always be people who overlook your contributions, dismiss your efforts, and fail to see the value you bring. These individuals may attempt to replace you, thinking that your absence will not create a void, but in reality, they are mistaken. Their inability to recognize your significance becomes their burden, not yours. People who dismiss others often underestimate the depth of impact that individual has made. They may believe they can easily fill the gap left behind, but the truth is they are likely to face the consequences of their ignorance. Life balances itself out. Over time, those who ignore your efforts will have to confront the reality that no one can step into your place as effectively or authentically as you did. Their actions may have been short-sighted, but the results will reveal the truth of their assumptions. This concept resonates deeply because it touches on the idea of legacy. What you leave behind in terms of influence, relationships, and contributions cannot simply be replaced. Every experience you've had, every lesson you've learned, and every challenge you've overcome has shaped you into the person you are. No matter how hard others try to imitate or replicate what you've built, they will always fall short because they lack the personal journey and evolution that has made you who you are today. Moreover, your karma is not necessarily tied to revenge or getting even. It's about understanding that the universe operates on a principle of balance. When someone undervalues you, dismisses your worth, or tries to fill your space with superficial imitations, they will ultimately be faced with the reality of their actions. Their karma isn't about punishment, it's about growth, learning, and understanding the consequences of treating others without respect and appreciation. The beauty of this concept is that it frees you from the burden of trying to prove your worth. You don't need to chase after those who fail to see your value or try to convince them of your significance. Instead, you focus on continuing to grow, improving, and leaving a lasting impact where you are valued and appreciated. Over time, the truth will be revealed, and your replacement will be their karma, a reflection of their inability to recognize and honor the authenticity and depth you brought to the table. In this way, the idea of replacement and karma serves as a reminder of your resilience. No matter how difficult moments may be, you are capable of rising above the attempts to diminish your worth. You are not defined by the actions of others, but by your own journey of self-discovery, growth, and purpose. And while others may try to replicate what you've done, they will never fully grasp the essence of who you are and the unique impact you've made. The path forward, then, is one of self-empowerment. Trusting that the universe will balance things out allows you to focus on what truly matters, your own personal development and the positive legacy you are building. When you embrace this mindset, you understand that the efforts of others to replace you are temporary, while your true essence remains constant. Your replacement will be their karma because it highlights the inevitable consequences of failing to recognize and appreciate your true worth. In life, people come and go, and some may attempt to take your place by stepping into roles you filled or mimicking your actions. However, no one can fully replicate what you bring to the table because your essence is unique. You've walked a path of your own, made sacrifices, learned invaluable lessons, and developed a depth that cannot be easily imitated. When others seek to replace you, they often fail to understand the intricacies of what you've built. They may focus on surface level achievements, thinking that success can be replicated through similar tactics or strategies. But success is not just about doing what works, it's about doing what works for you. The energy you bring, the values you uphold, and the personal experiences that have shaped your journey cannot be duplicated. This concept also addresses the imbalance that often occurs when people seek shortcuts or easy paths to success. They may attempt to mimic your approach, but without the depth of your insights, they won't achieve the same lasting results. Your karma, the natural consequence of their actions, will catch up to them because true achievement requires more than surface level replication. It requires authenticity, dedication, and a genuine connection to the work you do. Moreover, when others try to replace you out of jealousy or misunderstanding, they are often met with the harsh reality that no one else can step into your role with the same level of passion and commitment. While they may have the resources or skills to perform a task, they lack the personal drive and emotional connection that drives you. This gap cannot be bridged simply through imitation. It is rooted in the essence of who you are. Your replacement is not simply a replacement of duties or responsibilities. It is the recognition that what you've built goes beyond a set of actions. It's a representation of your core beliefs, values, and the emotional investment you've made. People who seek to replace you are often short-sighted, assuming that outcomes can be achieved without understanding the deeper nuances of your journey. Their karma will be their lack of understanding, and eventually they will realize that no one can sustain what you've created without the same foundation of passion and authenticity. In this sense, your journey serves as a powerful reminder that while you may step aside, move forward, or transition into new chapters of your life, your legacy remains. People who attempt to fill your space may achieve temporary success, but they will struggle to maintain that success in the long term because they lack the depth you bring to the table. Your unique combination of knowledge, experience, and emotional investment is something that no one else can fully replicate. Ultimately, the idea of replacement and karma reinforces the idea that you are not disposable. You are not just a resource that can be replaced when needed. Your presence and contributions are significant, and the consequences of undervaluing or dismissing you will eventually reveal themselves. Life balances things out. And when others try to replicate what you've built without understanding its true foundation, they will be met with the reality that they cannot sustain what you have cultivated. In conclusion, the concept that your replacement will be their karma serves as a powerful reminder of your unique value and the inevitable consequences of failing to recognize it. Throughout life, there will always be those who underestimate your worth, who may try to fill the space you've created with superficial imitations or shallow attempts to replicate your success. However, they will inevitably face the reality that no one can truly take your place. Your journey is shaped by your personal growth, the lessons you've learned, and the depth of your experiences. These elements create a foundation that cannot be easily replicated or replaced. While others may attempt to step into your role, they will fall short because they lack the authenticity, passion, and dedication that define who you are. Ultimately, your impact goes beyond what can be seen on the surface. It touches lives in ways that cannot be imitated or duplicated. Your presence, influence, and purpose are uniquely yours, and no one else can fully replicate the journey you've taken or the legacy you leave behind. As they try to take your place, the inability to understand your true essence will be their karma, a reflection of their lack of understanding and appreciation. You are irreplaceable in the pursuit of your purpose and destiny. Thank you.